today. Okay, well, welcome. I'm sure everyone will start trickling in more, but thank you for coming to our very first, basically Appy Hours event, where this came out of an idea to kind of do something fun, allow partners to share more of their demos, allow customers to connect with our partners more, and just hang out and learn about awesome demos that are in our marketplace. And I'm just super excited because we have 4 awesome partners with us today. And basically, we've got Eric, Thomas, Nikki, and Stefan, and they are going to share their app demos, and basically we'll have a chance to ask them questions. We're going to vote on our favorite demo, and then basically we'll have time to like chill, talk about apps, whatever y'all want to do. And then we'll be on our way. But this will happen every month. This is just a way to kind of allow our partners to show off these demos that they're doing all the time and just allow our customers to learn more about them. And just a way to connect as a community and, I don't know, hang out and have fun. So thank you so much for being here. Basically, how this is going to work is our 4 partners will give their demos one after the other. We'll have a little bit of time for any clarifying questions before we vote for our favorite demo. And then if y'all want to hang out, talk, catch up, we'll have a couple minutes for that. And then I will end our meeting and we'll go on with the rest of our days and enjoy the day. So let's see. First up, we have Eric Huang from Ricksoft presenting on Excel-like issue editor for Jira. Are you ready, Eric, to share your screen?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
So yeah, hello everybody. My name's Eric. I am the marketing coordinator for Ricksoft Inc. So a little bit about Ricksoft. Ricksoft is a platinum marketplace partner, and our parent company is Ricksoft, which is in Japan, and it is a solution partner. Today I'm kind of here to talk about our Excel-like issue editor product, and we would like to call it EIE for short because it's easier to talk about, I feel like. And yeah, so have you guys ever wanted like a faster way to edit all of your Jira issues all at once? Well, with like Excel-like issue editor, you could edit multiple issues and manage your backlog like a pro. And you can instantly update your Jira issues in a single spreadsheet. You can also update up to like 10,000 issues without lags or error. And it is loved by Jira admins and PMPs. This is our marketplace page for Excel-like issue editor. And here is our website. And next, I would like to give you guys a quick little demo of how Excel-like issue editor works. There are 2 ways for you to open Excel-like issue editor. You could go into your app section and open it up by pressing Excel-like issue editor. And once you get to this page, there's a filters tab, a recent tab, and a system defaults tab. Here you can open all your issues through the system defaults tab by pressing this button right here. But specifically for this demo, I prepared a filter already for this. And the other way we could open up Excel-like issue editors is through the filters tab, which I'll go to in a second. So this is how Excel-like issue editor would look like once you open it. The second way to open it would be to go into your filters tab. And this button over here will open up Excel-like issue editor as well. So this would be the issue navigator. And you could also use JQO as well. Let me go back to this. So the main function of Excel issue editor is that you're able to change one of the main functions is to copy and paste. So and for example, the priority for this ticket is medium. I could change it to highest, and I'll be able to copy this, and then I could paste it towards the other tickets so that it changes everything at once as well. However, this doesn't automatically save. You will have to hit the save button and it'll automatically update all the Jira tickets, which is up here. Over here is the view section. Here we're currently viewing all our issues at once, but if you have a really large project and you want to condense it, you could show like 25 issues, 50 and 100. On the side here, on the right side, this is the settings side. You could change, if you wanted to show the data bar number, you can, or you could format the time tracking fields. You can also change the columns to tender needs of your project, and you can also freeze a column. Over here, once you're finished with your project, you can export it to a CSV file or Excel file as well. And you could right click an issue and open it onto a new tab so that you won't have to open up Jira every time. And then right over here, we're currently viewing the Excel issue editor in a flat view. You could change it into hierarchy view. And this is how it would look like. Also, you could hit the drop down arrow to check which tickets or like which specific filters you want to show for your task. So if I was looking for a specific task or like specific keyword in a task, I could just type it onto here and it'll go directly to the issues that show up here. And I think that is a rough demonstration of how Excel issue editor works. Yeah, other than that, here's the contact information for Ricksoft. We have other various products for Excel products as well. You could visit our website at ricksoftinc.com, or you could contact us or contact our emails if you have any other additional questions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Eric. I'm thinking of a friend that loves Excel and how we plan trips with them. And I'm thinking we should create a Jira project for our trips because she would love it. Thanks so much. Okay, next up we have Thomas from Adaptavist presenting Slack workflow steps for Jira.
Hey, everyone.
Might need to, okay.
Here you go.
Thanks. Yeah, so hi everyone. Yeah, so I'm Thomas. I'm joining from London today. I apologize for my thick accent. It's not a British accent, as you might have realized. Yeah. If I speak too quickly or whatever, don't hesitate to like shout or give me a sign. I won't be offended and I'm happy to repeat or rephrase. Yeah. So I'm going to demo Slack workflow step for Jira. So first off, I'm going to start with a very quick use case. So quite recently, I needed to get access to Camtasia. So if you're not familiar with it, it's some video editing program. And in order to use that, I wanted to ask the IT department for it. But I wasn't sure where was the right place to ask for that. Like, you know, it's one of these situations where you've got to interact with IT every once in a while, like once every 3 or 4 months, maybe. And you're never really sure of the process. Like, do you need to open a ticket in Jira? Do you need to reach out to them directly in Slack or Teams or whatever? Well, we use Slack internally at Adaptavist. So I messaged them on Slack because we've got an IT channel there. And they were like, yeah, of course, we can help you out with the license for Camtasia. But so you need to open a ticket in Jira, like under that project, and that's the type of ticket. And I was thinking, well, that's a bit of a shame because I wrote precisely what I needed for them in that Slack message, and I'm basically going to copy and paste it into Jira. Whereas we've got this app called Workflow Steps for Jira, Slack Workflow Steps for Jira, that lets you create and update Jira tickets directly from Slack. So I'm going to share my screen and show you how that's done. There, okay. So quick example, so a bit like what I mentioned, you could have the example of travel requests. So in a normal type of workflow, people might be tempted to go and reach out to your admin team who is going to handle travel requests and say, okay, so I want to travel there and there. But you might not be aware, but in Slack, there's one feature called Workflow Builder that lets you from Slack design some workflows. So here, I already designed that workflow called travel requests. And thanks to Slack, I'm prompted with this type of form where I can specify what team I work in, who my manager is, has your manager already approved to travel. So basically, I get a list of fields that can work a bit like custom fields in Jira, if you will, but that's directly in Slack. Where am I traveling? Sorry, just getting that quickly. Yep. Okay, so I can do that with Slack, and then it's realized like that. So I get this form, and it's a very basic workflow. It's nowhere near as powerful as in Jira, but there's a bit of information you can put in there. So the way to configure that, so I would want to explain that whenever someone joins this travel request channel, I would like them to be prompted with a tiny message to explain, okay, so you need to click on the plus there and select travel request, and that's going to be done. So that's a feature that's by default in Slack. So you don't need to install anything. That's not part of the app I'm demoing just yet. But if you get into tools and workflow builder, you should have access to that in Slack. Just loading. So I'm going to create one new quick workflow to say, welcome message travel channel. That's going to happen whenever there's a new channel member in my channel travel requests. Okay, and so when someone joins this channel, I want to greet them with a message. So I'm going to add a step that says send a message. Send this message to the channel that was joined and my text. So I prepared it in my drafts there. Copying and pasting. And I can also use variables in this Slack workflow builder. So welcome to this channel that was joined, and I can define the message as well, inserts to the person who joined the channel. And I explain basically how it works. Click the shortcuts button to select travel request. Okay, and then I publish this workflow. I can close that. And now, whenever someone joins the channel, so I'm going to show briefly, they are going to be prompted with this message. So if I leave the channel and then join again, travel requests. Yeah. So I'm prompted with that message. So again, that's not part of the app Slack workflow steps or Jira just yet. But what we do with Slack workflow steps or Jira, we enhance the features of the Slack workflow builder with Jira steps to allow you to create and update Jira issues directly from Slack. So if I give you one example now, so I configure that in my bug collection channel. So imagine someone wants to raise a bug on the piece of software you've been working on. So one option they could have is go directly into Jira, create a new ticket of that bug in the right project. But sometimes it's a bit like the situation I was telling you about before. People might not know directly where to do that, but they could create it directly in that channel. So if I say the scroll bar doesn't work, sorry, did a typo, yeah. So instead of then telling people, oh, you need to go into Jira and do this and that, directly from Slack, since the workflow was already configured, I can react with an emoji, with a bug emoji, for example, and my Jira ticket should be created automatically. Yes, it works. So I've got my new ticket here, bug-17. It's explaining to me what the issue key is, summary, description, assignee, still unassigned, and I can click there and see my new ticket that was just created. So bug report submitted by me. So that's my username in Slack. And here it says, here's the original message. The scroll bar doesn't work, even with the typo created just now. And I also configured another workflow in Slack here to start working on this issue, for example. So if I react there with the eyes, it's going to be automatically assigned to me and transitioned from to do to in progress. Yeah, so here it says bug 17. Thanks for taking care of this bug. Assignee is there and status is in progress. And I can check there if I refresh. So status should be in progress and assignee should be me. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, so that's it. Quick example of things you can do with workflow steps for Jira. I'm not going to go through the whole process of setting up the workflow, but yeah, I showed you it was in tools, workflow builders. And with our app in your workflows, you would have access to Jira steps, such as prompt for Jira fields, update Jira issue, and so on and so forth. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. That was really cool. All right, next up we have Nikki from Jexo presenting Swanly.
Hello, let me just share my screen. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, great, thank you. All right, so quick introduction before I start. I'm Nikki, I'm co-founder and product manager in Jexo, and today I'm super excited to quickly show you one of our apps, Swanly. It's actually one of our oldest apps, first one that we published in the Atlassian marketplace. So Swanly is a portfolio project road mapping tool that allows you to see issues or releases from across different Jira projects in one single view. And we usually say it's a great and less pricey alternative to Jira Advanced Roadmaps if you don't want to upgrade to Jira Premium plan. So what you can do with this view. So in Swanly, after you import your projects, you would be able to see them on the roadmap like this. So this is my marketing team project and Possum app project. And you can see the issues from these two projects on the roadmap as activities. Now, you can do a lot of things to customize this view using filters, grouping, option, coloring, or even hierarchy. So for example, you can color your issues by a status category, and then you can quickly at a glance see what issues are in progress, what issues are already done, and which ones are blocked. So for example, I can see that here's my today line. So this is where we are today. And this issue is gray, which means that it's still open. So it wasn't done. So you can open it and have a quick look on what's going on in the issue. And onboarding, and you can see at a glance here that Jagger actually informed us that he had a nap instead of actually completing the task. So you can decide what to do with the issue. You can, for example, quickly reschedule it and give Jagger a little bit more time to complete the task itself. If you would like to see the issues in actually hierarchical view and you don't want to see them flat on the roadmap like now, but you would like to see, for example, epics and under epic stories and then subtasks and so on, you can use this hierarchy option here where you can select what issue you would like to have on top of your hierarchy. And then actually your epics, if you select the epic on top, would be your top hierarchy level, and they would group all of the related issues and subtasks under this epic, and you would be able to use this kind of like expand and expand the roadmap, and you would see the roadmap neatly structured the way you want. But actually our favorite view in our team is grouping by assignee. So with this option, you can quickly see at a glance the allocation for your team. So what your team is currently working on, what is planned for them, and if there are any tasks that they need help with, for example, if they're blocked, they would show as red. But you can also quickly see all the tasks that are not assigned and that would probably need some allocation. So you can open the issue detail from here, and you can quickly assign, for example, this task to Jagger, and you can do the allocation from this view as well. There are many more other options how you could group this roadmap. So for example, you could group by fixed version if you are using releases in Jira and you want to see your issues split by a release across the projects in one single view. There is also component options or project category and so on, but I won't go too deep into that because we have a limited time. But what I wanted to show you are these reports that Swanly generates for you. So if you click on the activity on the roadmap, it opens you this report view that you can further expand, and you can see all of the tasks that are assigned to this initiative, their progress, priority, who is working on them. But you can also see kind of like a high-level statistics based on these assigned tasks. So for example, for this Epic initiative, you can see its progress here based on either status categories or status breakdown. There's also time tracking option, which basically summarizes all the time tracking across the linked issues. There's also story points if you're using story points progress in Jira instead of time tracking. And there's also an option to create either story or epic or any custom issue type burn down chart, where you can quickly see how your issue is progressing over the time based on its child issues. You can also share this report if you would like with your team members. You can include it in your email so people can go and access it from here, and you don't need to manually create your reports in PowerPoint. No one wants to do that. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is this list view that Swanly kind of like generates for you. So here you can see all the issues from the Jira projects that you imported to the roadmap. And you can also see them in the hierarchical view. Hierarchies are quite popular. We also already saw them in the first demo. So here you can see basically the epics, and under the epic stories, subtasks, and so on. And you can again quickly access the report view if you need and edit anything from here, or quickly access the issue detail to do some changes in Jira. And on top of all that, there is also a dark mode available. So you can view your roadmap in the dark mode if you would like. So that was very quick about Swanly. It does have a lot of features, like for example, a whole release roadmap that I couldn't show you. So if you are interested in Swanly, you can contact me, or you can go to jexo.io where you can schedule the demo. And Swanly is free for up to 10 users. So you can definitely go and give it a try if you have some test environments and you want to play with it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Nikki. I love how people will demo their app and then what people are excited about is like dark mode, but awesome. Thank you. And then last but not least, Stefan, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you, everyone. Nice to be here. Yeah, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Stefan. I call myself the product manager at Realigned, but I run the whole show by myself, so I can have any position that I want. So today I'm going to present, and I'm going to present advanced story maps for Jira. Let me share my screen quickly. So, okay. Advanced story maps for Jira lets you build user story maps in Jira. You can think of a user story maps just as a representation of user activities, how they interact with your product or service. And in a very simplistic, or in a Jira sense, it's just a relationship of tickets to each other. So what you can do here is basically have a 3-level hierarchy. I will show you the next level a bit later in the demo. But first of all, let's see how you can navigate to user story maps. So you can install the app and you find the story maps in your project, whatever the project type is. It works for all projects. And then you can create user story maps from existing boards. So you can create them from scratch, just adding issues one by one. For example, here you can add new columns, or you can add issues here inside the columns. So what you see here is I have 5 epics at the top, and those epics, they have stories assigned to them. And those stories, if I click on them here, you will see they are linked to this epic, and I can rearrange them on the story map. So I can just drag and drop. When I drag them on top of each other, you can see the hierarchy, the ranking changes of those issues. So this ranking will reflect back into your backlog. So it's basically in sync with your agile board. So you don't need to do anything to keep the order. And you can plan with the story map basically full time. What you can also do when you have them reassigned here, I will quickly open this epic. You can see the child issues, they change. And you can also, when you open them here and switch their status, that status will also instantly show up on the story map. So the main focus is just to be quick and to not lose time while planning. What you can also do is if you switch, for example, to sprint planning or to release planning, then you can see all your releases in your agile board or in your project. It depends how you configure your agile board. And you can just drag and drop those tickets to those releases and do basically a release planning. So the release fixed version will be assigned to this ticket. And you can also see how many story points in this configuration are in which release. So you can see here there's 13 in this one and 4 open ones in this one. And you can also configure that to only display how many tickets are in each release and stuff like that. What you can also do, as I mentioned previously, you can add another level. So if you want, you can have top level elements here in this story map. And those use an existing relationship in Jira. So you can select a link type. In this case, I have selected the relates to link type. And those elements will be loaded dynamically. And you can also rearrange them. So you can just rearrange the columns here, or you can just have this epic show up in this relationship with the exploration ticket up top here. So the story map is fully dynamic, so you don't need to use epics. You can use any issue type, and you can even use a custom filter if you want for the top level issue type. So if you have them, for example, with multiple projects, you can use them from another filter and just have the epics in one board and your activities in another one. So that's a very quick overview of my app. Thank you, everyone. If you want to learn more, check out this app on the Atlassian Marketplace or go to storymapping.app.
Awesome. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you to all of our presenters. So thorough, so detailed, and it's clear that you guys have done this a million times. So appreciate it so much. Okay, so does anyone have a question that they would like to ask our presenters that is crucial for your vote for your favorite demo? Speak now. While I pull up the poll. You can also put your questions in the chat. I'm happy to read them for you as well. All righty. All right, so here is our poll. And go ahead and take a couple minutes, think about your favorite. All of our participants today will get our special Appy Hours badge for presenting. So congrats to everyone. It's a limited edition badge. And basically, you'll see it on your community profile. It'll make it look really spiffy and awesome. Let's see. I love badges too. It's really fun to make up the new badges because, I don't know, I get to be creative and kind of use different parts of your brain to make people happy and make things fun. So that's always great. All right, a couple more minutes. Cool. Awesome. Well, it seems like most people have voted. If you haven't, go ahead and send it in now. Let's see, one or two more. But basically, it looks like our winner today is Nikki with Swanly. Congrats, Nikki. Loved your demo. Also, it seems like dark mode is winning everyone over. Just kidding. Lots of great detail. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Does anyone have questions for our presenters just in general about functionality or, you know, how their app works or next steps? Feel free to speak up and chat.
Hi.
Here are our results. Second place, Thomas. Third place, Eric. Well, I guess tie. It's kind of like a three-way tie with Nikki, but I loved all the demos as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. If you have questions about the community or creating content on it or want to find ways to connect more, let me know. I'm also seeing a raised hand from Raquel.
Yeah, hi everyone. This was a great presentation, and I also got to know more about different applications in the marketplace. I do have a question though, because Atlassian does have this functionality to use advanced roadmaps for our tracking and then obviously visualizing different work items. And then now we are seeing different other ways that it could be enhanced, like Swanly, which is really good because it provides more analytics and contextual view, which is not currently existing in Atlassian roadmaps. So I was like a little curious, like how do like teams use them? Because like now we are having two different applications which are providing probably the same functionality for roadmaps management. And I think this also aligns with user story mapping application. So I kind of like try to like understand like how do we make use of these applications when we have like multiple ways of managing roadmaps. Just if you have any thoughts or maybe suggestions on that, I think that would be great.
Yeah, Nikki, do you want to chime in first?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was on me, so yeah, I can pick it up definitely, the first part of it. So usually we do see people going either way. So we do have customers who didn't want to upgrade to Jira Premium plan, so they looked for a different option to get the cross-project roadmap view, and they found Swanly, which is much simpler in terms of the setting up, and they decided to go with it. However, we also do have customers who are on the premium plan and are using Swanly and advanced roadmaps together. Now, usually the way they use it is Swanly is more for advanced roadmap was more for the initial planning phase, because you can create multiple plans in advanced roadmaps and you can like plan and schedule the items. However, sometimes we heard that it's not that good for actual running the projects afterwards. So that's where customers then turned to Swanly for that view and reporting while the project is running. So you can definitely use them in conjunction. Plus there is a release management part of Swanly, which advanced roadmap is lacking. So if you want to do release management, you can use Swanly and then planning for the advanced roadmaps if you prefer.
Thank you. I think that makes sense now.
Cool. Did you want to chime in too, Stefan?
Yeah, just shortly. So user story mapping, usually it's a very specific use case that teams are looking for. We don't have much in terms of overlap with advanced roadmap in that sense. Nikki mentioned the release planning part is a big focus of ours as well. And also we are not so focused on the timeline. So user story mapping is more focused on getting all the items in a very visual way in one spot. But yeah, you can use them together, basically. We also support the hierarchy levels from advanced roadmaps. So if you have that set up already, then you can use that in our app as well.
Sure. Yeah, if it definitely works with conjunction, then I think I think that definitely gives more opportunity to bring in different work items and then just visualize in different ways. So I see how that works for teams, and then we can have a different view for our program managers using the other roadmaps view, I guess. Yeah, I was just curious, so thank you for your answers.
Great. Does anyone else have questions? Zoom silence. Well,
I have a
awesome.
question. Can I have a question?
Yeah.
I was really impressed by the story mapping. I wanted to ask if it's possible. I saw that there was this square with the number. Was it story points, or could you pull up any numeric custom field from Jira there?
Right now, it's only story points and the total number of issues. But yeah, there would be a plan to extend it to make it more customizable.
Oh, awesome! If that's ever gonna get launched, let me know. I'm interested.
Thanks.
Cool. Anyone else?
Hey, Sharon. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, it's not
yeah.
a question about the apps, but a question about the events. Are you going to hosting this event every month? When is the next one?
Yeah, it's going to be, I think the plan is the last Thursday of every month, and it'll either be myself or Maggie Norby Adams from our Marketplace Apps team. You might have seen her in our Marketplace collection. But yeah, she or Bridget or I will likely be hosting. So hopefully it'll be sustainable monthly, a way for people to just show off what they're working on. And we actually do like an internal kind of team demo thing. So I love demos. I think they're super fun. They're a great way to practice. And it's just cool to see like what functionality is out there and just like practice, walking through a live, it's like the live demos are where things like break and you're just like, of course, this will happen during the demo. But yeah, every month, hopefully it'll be a repeating thing. And then we're kind of working on, I think the spirit is like, one app will win like kind of the honor of being the best app demo, but like we're working on like, should we have prizes or like, should we have more incentives for people to demo their apps? So still working on that as a team. So if you all have any feedback, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I think this is great, super fun. Yeah, does anyone else have questions? More badges for sure. Well, if not, thank you so much for joining. I know time is such a valuable commodity nowadays, so I appreciate everyone being here and sharing this moment together, but we'll see you in a future month. We're definitely going to post the recording and also just announce kind of a recap of today, but yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone at a future Appy Hour. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.